We're gonna have a good day. We're gonna have a good day. We're gonna have a good day. You think about it now today. We're gonna have a good day. We're gonna have a good day. We're gonna have a good day. You think about it now today. It ain't nobody down today. I said ain't nobody down today. We're gonna have.
What is up, Meetup family? What is up? Thank you again for tuning in with us live. I am your host, Mr. 14.
And you know who it is. It's your girl, Simply Sorrell. And this is the Meetup.
So again, thank you for tuning in with us. Been a long week, an interesting week.
Absolutely. Again, we thank you all for tuning in with us. You could have been anywhere else doing anything else, but you chose to meet up with us at the Meetup.
Left that on her today. I wasn't even trying to say that.
You was trying, but I didn't.
I just looked at you and said, go ahead and say it. Because we try to say things in tandem, but it doesn't always work that way. So I let that one go. But guess what? I got some new drawers this week.
What?
Yes, I got some new drawers this week.
You got them on?
Yeah, I got them on. But they long. Long. They're just like really long. You said ladies. I got drawers on there. You got to wear drawers on.
What was special about these drawers?
See, they had, when I looked on the pack, right, they had like little ventilation holes. So I was like, ooh, they'll keep my jaw on, you know what I mean? They'll keep everything cool.
Okay, so you don't sweat?
Yeah, they had some butt little joints. So I was like, all right, I ain't got no butt, but in these, it make it look like I got a little butt left. So I was like, I'm gonna rock them. But when I pulled them out the pack, they was like long. They like basketball shorts. I said, oh, bro.
You saw you were wearing a spandex.
Yeah.
Butt lifter spandex.
They was like micro shorts back in the day. Like,
we gotta see these. I ain't gonna say pull your pants down now, but honey, we gonna have to see these. He said he got a butt lifter, ventilation holes.
There's some ventilation
to your knees. These sound
to my knees. They like to like half thigh. But when I got my vasectomy a couple years ago, right? I got a vasectomy, and I was seeing this joint. I was like, "Yo, shorty," because I was just trying to wear like some tight boxer briefs, but that wasn't a good idea. My incision in my joint busted. That's crazy. So I was like, yo, I need you to go get me some underwear. I was like, some tighty whities. She brought me back to tighty whities, and I looked at them. I was like, they look weird. They was like really long. They was like waist trainers. Like they came up to like over my belly button. I was like, yo, what is these? What is this?
So they wear them.
They was high waisted. I had to wear them. I had to keep my balls in order.
So when
they was high waisted. I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. But when I went to work, it's like, Thomas, your shape look good. I was like, yeah, I mean. Yeah, I mean, that was looking good.
They worked, good. Right?
Right.
I know you guys are wondering why we have two chairs here. If you haven't known or noticed, we have in-house guests today, y'all. In-house guests. We are very excited for them. We're going to get back to these drawers that Thomas is talking about.
You talking about my drawers again? I thought we were talking about my drawers.
They sound kind of suspect to me.
They hands, though. They're not suspect. Like, what do you mean suspect?
Because
suspect don't sound right.
You sound like you, describe the female joints that, suck our stomachs.
Those was when I had a vasectomy.
Lift our butt a
Those when I had a vasectomy. I had to keep my balls in order. My balls was going to fall out.
We're going to leave it at that. Help with the balls.
Like, I couldn't let them fall out. That would have been bad for everybody.
Well, we're glad you got those drawers on. They feeling good. You're nice and ventilated. At least we know you ain't funky down there. Got a little air going through.
It's nicely ventilated. But they just long. Like, I can find some short jaws. I'd be up on those.
Anyway, y'all, on May 2nd, we are at the Band Shell. We are hosting the event at the Reservoir Park. Simply Sorrell, Mr. 14 at the Band Shell, May 2nd. Make sure you guys are there. The 717 Band Shell Showcase. Make sure you guys show up and show out and show support to us. And while we're talking about this hosting thing, tell me what we got going on.
Yeah, we got a few things hosting going on. We got the May 2nd Band Show. We also have something secretive coming. We can't give any details about that.
I wasn't talking about that.
Who's talking about?
I was talking about we are launching as the Meetup is growing. Oh, now you got it.
Yes. What you talking about?
Too late. Go.
Oh, yeah. The Meetup, we launching our own hosting. Sorrell, myself, Mr. 14, and Simply Sorrell, my beautiful host here. If you need any hosting, anything, we don't care what it is, a paint party, a birthday party, a stripper show, like me, but weddings, anything like that, let me know what's going on.
We doing stripper shows?
If they need a host for a stripper show, I'm not hosting no stripper show. I know how to host a stripper show.
If the encourager can go to the stripper show. Oh, no.
people need to be encouraged by butt shaking. That's encouraged.
All jokes aside, y'all, the meetup is expanding, and this is one of our things that we are expanding. We are launching our what's it called?
Hosting stuff.
Hosting. We gotta get a name for it. Our hosting.
Thomas and Sorrell, that don't sound good though. We gotta come up with something catchy.
We're launching it though. So if you need a host for any event, birthday parties, stripper parties, wedding parties, any type of event, we are here. Hit our email up. It will be located at the bottom of the screen, located on this post somewhere, someplace.
Right there, the meetup. Broadcast at outlook.com. Hit us up for any hosting things that you need. We don't care. I got a basketball tournament. Also, DJ P-Tie be there in a couple weeks. It's a vote and stop the violence. Stop the violence. Basketball tournament as we go on. Reservoir Park. There should be some advertisement about that coming out very soon. Also, yo, this ain't even no joke. Like, we be trying. Like, my little team, we good, but we need an intern so bad.
No,
like, we really need an intern. We really need an intern.
Somebody who is reliable, can fit in, has a happy spirit, and just is in tune with us and loves what we are doing and would love to see us grow. If that is you, hit that inbox.
Yeah, hit that inbox. And if it's like a kid, man, look, let me tell you something. They need to be able to hang around me. And y'all want y'all, yeah, like, y'all gotta be like 18 and up.
Right. College.
Like,
you're in college and this is something that you think that you're looking forward to doing. Anything with production, things of that sort, hit us up. We'll let you
under 18,
come on in
this
here.
Is not the place for you. But it will be at one point. And we encourage you to keep doing what you're doing in your life so you can be our intern one day. Because we're going to need you.
Mr. 1-4. Bum, bum, bum. Yes, y'all. So, what about our... I am excited about this one, though.
Spotlights?
After hours?
Tell them about the spotlight after hours.
Yo, we got the spotlight after hours again. We are expanding. This is another part that we are expanding in. Guys, we are expanding in the spotlight after hours. We will be switching scenery for you. It's gonna be nice and the ambience is gonna be nice and beautiful. Tell them
ambience, whatever. But yeah, we like it's gonna be popping. But we got a few different things. We already have our spotlight, which is generally usually recognizing a musical guest that's hosted by Simply Surreal and DJ P-Tie, or is just someone that we want to spotlight in the community that's doing something for everyone. That's hosted by myself, Mr. 1-4, and our producer, Siobhan. Those are our spotlight segments. We also have a new segment that'll be coming very soon, which is 1 hour long. Spotlight After Hours, which is going to be just the team. The team sitting down, chopping it up with some adult topics, interactive, letting y'all know what's going on. But
it'll be very exciting, very interesting.
Yeah, get to that because it's going to be popping. Product of the week coming up. You got the product of the week, son?
Let's see.
No, you always say the product. You always say you ain't going to say the product of the week.
Product of the week.
Right, you ain't even introduced that John right, but we got the product of the week. Uncle Donnie's Grooming Company. Uncle Donnie's Grooming Company specializes in beards. Now, it's very funny that we got beard product on here again with my bottom beard.
I think
that's
it's
all I got
sign.
is a bottom beard. I don't know what y'all trying to tell me about my beard, but my beard is what it is. I don't have the full beard, but one of our guests has a full beard. One of our guests has a full beard. You talking about him. But this is going to be also in our giveaway with Uncle Donnie's Grooming Company. He has provided to us his beard conditioning wash, which is actually very fragrant. And it's original scent. So it's original scent actually.
You can't smell it?
Yeah, you can't smell it because it got the little plastic jar on it. It's official. Boop. This is also included in the giveaway. And this is Uncle Donnie's beard oil. I obviously need a lot of beard oil because I need a cheek beard. I got a bottom beard. Like, I don't know why my beard does that, but that's what it does.
And while we are talking about this product, we want to mention our keywords so that you can be entered to win this product.
Keyword, tell them.
The key word today is
Banshell.
Banshell.
Uncle Donnie's Elysium. What is Elysium? I don't even know what that means, but it's crazy. Beard oil is what we also have. Uncle Donnie's Elysium beard oil. That sounds like a movie I need to see. But we also have Uncle Donnie's Elysium beard butter so we can smell it.
So a whole
Tell
package here. Like. I didn't smell anything.
Would you like a man's beard smelling like that? You got some butter, some beard butter on his beard and it smell like that?
I mean,
you wouldn't like it smelling like that?
This is me. It's me personally. You know, we all have different smells. But me personally, you asked for me. I don't like that smell. But
Elysium.
you might like it. It's not about. I don't like it.
No,
I'm being honest. I don't like it.
Simply surreal. I like Uncle Donnie's Elysium beard butter, the movie that we all need to see for our beards. It gives you cheek beard, not just bottom beard. And it's also
Bandshell.
Bandshell. Hit us up. Hit our inbox up with the keyword to be entered in our raffle today. Y'all gonna go on the wheel of blessings, the AKA the spinny wheel. Y'all will be entered in our giveaway.
Yes.
For anybody who is interested in some beard butter and beard conditioning from Uncle Donnie's Grooming Company.
So what about our guests, man? I'm ready to get into this talk. I'm ready to get into these guests. We have some dope guests coming today, y'all. And right now we are going to welcome our first guest, Mr. Barry Bird. He is a Harrisburg native hip hop artist. And we just welcome him right now, Mr. Barry Bird. He in the house, y'all.
My God.
Well, look at his beard. My God.
Yeah. See? That's the beard oil stuff. My beard is a bob.
What you using in your beards? Yes, but we welcome you. Happy to have you, Barry. How are you today?
I can't complain.
You can't complain?
No.
All right, well, tell us something about yourself. Who is Barry Bird?
Barry Bird is an entrepreneur, hip hop artist, pro black lunatic, some people call me.
You crazy? No, wait.
No, not too crazy. I'm the good kind of crazy.
Movement. I love the lunacy.
The good crazy.
About the pro black movement. I love it. I love it.
A hip hop artist. All right.
Yes.
You don't say that for the end because you must got some bars in there. All right.
I do okay for myself.
Now you introduce yourself as an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Tell us about whatever you got going on. Anything that you currently have going on for yourself. Bro.
Currently, like I said, I have an album out right now. It's called Basement Barrage.
Tune in.
Totally Harrisburg themed. Very proud of that project. It's on all streaming sites, as you can go on and look anywhere, and you can find it: iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, YouTube, anywhere that you can want to find music. It's out there. I'm very proud of it.
Now, not only is he proud of it, his music is definitely brings you back to the 90s. When I say the 90s, I'm talking about that good feel of the 90s where you just wanted to play things like that.
Where it made sense. The music made sense back
then. Where you understood everything they said. Everything they said. They didn't have that weird auto-tune. Like, it's really good music, so definitely tune in. Tell them the name of the album again, brother.
Basement Barrage.
Please make sure you tune in. Grab that on every streaming platform that you can because it's about that.
So being an entrepreneur, it's a lot of things that we face being an entrepreneur, trying to branch out and do it. What are some important things about being an entrepreneur that you can tell the people?
You got to have a game plan. You have to have a strong plan, in place, and
game plan.
That's the first and foremost,
right.
Thing that you have to have in place. You can't just go, you know what, just quit my job tomorrow. And some people can do that, you know what I mean? But I had to have a plan in place. I had to have funds saved up and stuff like that, just in case it didn't work and stuff like that. Because I have bills like anyone else does, a child in college. So I had to get my game plan in place. I worked my plan. I stayed with it. Had a few setbacks and stuff like that, but you have to stay diligent and really work your plan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, are there any mistakes, like common mistakes, not just mistakes, but common mistakes that people make when trying to just go into business for themselves?
Definitely. I see it a lot. I mean, I've made several myself. You may be a little more overconfident in your product, or, don't want to bend to the market and stuff like that, because things were hard for a lot of people this past year. So you might feel, I'm $100 for my product. $100.
Absolutely.
But, you may have to, lower your price a little bit at times just to get your name out there. And then, once your stuff takes off, then take advantage of it.
Absolutely.
Like with any business you're starting off, the first 2 years are pretty much you getting back out of the red for the most part. So I was able to do that a little bit faster, and I'm very happy.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So if you had to give someone tips, I know you named a few things in that explanation, but if you had to give 3 top tips for someone trying to branch out and be an entrepreneur, what would be those tips that they need to know before branching out?
You have to know your market that you're going into.
Know your market.
You have to know your market into it. If you're going to do a t-shirt business or something like that, or one of the things that are popular or anything like that, so, okay, well, what's my demographics in my area? Who am I marketing to?
Absolutely.
Things of that nature. What's my target audience and everything like that for my product or business or service, wherever that may be. And you have to really survey the areas like, okay, well, who's my competitors? Who's this, that, and the third? Why is your stuff better and things of that nature? Same thing you would do with any other business, but you have to really take it serious and stay diligent on it. Just like you get up every day and work for, whoever you may work for that's, established out here. It's not yourself. You have to put that same effort and a little bit more into it to become successful and get your stuff going. Then it's like almost a autopilot.
All right.
Very
So
well
know your
said.
market. Know your market. That's very, very, very important.
Know your market.
If you don't know your market, who you marketing to?
Right. What are you promoting? Why are you doing this if you don't know who you're even trying to get it to?
Right.
Right. What's the
That
why?
makes a lot of sense. Now, let's get into some hip hop a little bit. How do you view the current state of hip
That was good.
I like some of I guess the newer artists, but one of the things about me, I'm always creating. My hip hop and things that I do are about me getting out what's inside of me or how I feel. I'm sort of like Nina Simone said back in the day, you know, the artist is supposed to reflect the times. And when times is hard, I'm not talking about me stunting and going out and partying and this, that, and the third. I'm talking about the pain we're dealing with. I'm talking about us getting shot and killed and how to raise our families and how to raise our children, how to get us black and closer together and things like that. Now, I still have a little fun and still wild and do a little knucklehead stuff here and there too. But that's what my music is about. It's about bringing us closer together and, you know, dropping some jewels here and there that most people aren't putting in their music today.
Well, I know I want to hear some, but tell us what goes behind writing a song? What goes behind writing that?
Sometimes for me, it's pain, it's disappointment. It's a very good outlet for me to really get out creatively what I in my past where I've been more mature and done, you know, and live. And it's very therapeutic for myself to get those emotions out in a creative way instead of doing something negative or something like that with it. So for me, it started out as therapy, and I need a lot of it.
Me too, man.
Look, that's one good thing.
Right,
to
music
admit,
it's definitely
Yes,
therapeutic. It's very therapeutic. I wouldn't call myself an artist because I'm not just out there, but I do write sometimes, and that's how I started. Right now, letting out the pain of what was inside, because it's better to get it out than just to hold it in. So that's how I started too. So I can definitely relate to that. I can definitely relate to that. So if you could start your dream venture today, if you had everything, money, anything you needed, what would that dream venture be?
My venture will be pretty much working the plan that I have in place right now. I don't work for anybody. I rap in the morning. I check some stocks. I go lift weights. You know, I come back home and network with people. You see, I keep you guys laughing all day, or blocking me on Facebook and stuff like that. And just keep working my businesses and things of that nature. So I have my dream life right now. It's just about continuing to grow and getting into the level higher and higher that I wanted to get to.
That's what I'm talking
He
about.
is in his dream life. I don't hear that too often, but hey, man.
You cannot beat that. Living your dream life and still being a young black man in this world.
With a beard. Sorry.
I was in the motion of giving. I got a beard.
Sorry.
This is the bottom. It's there. It's a beard. This is the bottom. It's on my cheek. It's on my corner cheeks.
Nah, pass it this way. I'm good. I'm good. You gotta feel with it.
Well, thank you, Mr. Bird. No, why am I trying to get him off here with his beard?
Not getting off here. Look at this beard. It's like, no, I want some bars. What you got? I need some bars. You talk about spitting and the times. You got some inspiration. What you got?
You want me to spit something right now?
Now.
Look at the people while you do it. They can feel you right there in that camera, right there. Oh, hey.
Ooh, that's him too. That's perfect for him.
Off top on the podcast, gotta show my ass because I'm back in Harrisburg. Word. It be the word you knew back in Harrisburg. And up at the high, I'm kicking the fly, the sky right here, kicking it clear. I didn't go into it. You caught me off guard with that. You know what I mean? So, you want freestyle from me? Like, oh, man. Exactly. Like,
I wanted bars. I didn't want freestyle. I wanted something you wrote down already.
Oh, you wanted some? Okay, well,
let it
this way.
I'll
come back. What you going? You can handle everybody else. I got what you're going. Me 16 for you.
We're gonna hold him to it, y'all. We're gonna hold him to it.
Promise.
We're gonna get the 16 bars. All right,
Bird, give it up for my guy.
thank you so much,
Appreciate
y'all.
Basement Barrage, count that, Joan. Up next, we got one of y'all favorite segments. That's Hey Mr. DJ with DJ P-Time coming in right now.
What's up, y'all?
DJ P-Time in the building. What's up, my boy? How are you, sir?
I am great. Happy to be here, as usual. And I got everything working.
Everything working today.
No
Everything
issues
working today.
No issues.
My
today.
guy. Yo, Hit them with the usual stuff, man. What do DJs hate? Tell them about something DJs hate.
So today, I tell y'all, this goes for everybody. When you find out about a party, you get a flyer or you see it posted or whatever the case, and it says doors open at 8. The doors open at 8. You don't have to get there at 12 because the doors open at 8. So if you get there at 12 and it's over at 12, don't think you're getting in.
That's because black people always want to be fashionably late.
And don't even be fashionable. Oh, sorry.
Touche to that. Because right
Sometimes
now,
it
this
don't.
weather is changing, ladies.
Yes.
So when you're showing up fashionably late,
Sundress season.
Like she said, sundress season,
Don't say it.
ladies.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Which one?
I'm gonna
say
save it.
Say it.
I'm gonna save it for my comedy
Say it.
shows.
Say it. I got something.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You gotta have a butt?
If you ain't got no ass, don't wear a sundress.
Absolutely not. Cancel. Wear your sundress with flat butt. Do y'all? You know I am the encourager.
Like,
However your body is shaped, do wrong.
I like looking at butts. I'm just
No.
being honest. I don't want to walk up behind you like it's a shower curtain. And
But
got
this is-
like, you got an ass or not, lady? You got an ass or not?
Listen here.
This is why we.
If you can't wear sundresses with no butt, then y'all can't wear gray sweats with no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't got no problem wearing gray sweats. Burr, 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 burr.
Nah. All jokes aside, this is why females are so insecure because we have dudes out here thinking like this, like you don't got no butt, you can't wear no
Oh, they
sundress.
can wear it.
Why can't I wear a sundress?
They can.
Why? But
No.
this is serious. Like, though, for real. Like,
Y'all can wear all
y'all
the
making these
sundresses
females
y'all want.
insecure about themselves, and they are beautiful. Y'all wear your sundresses, flat butt, whatever you got, tummy tuck, whatever. I mean, not tummy tuck, muffin
Can I
top,
say this?
whatever you got going on. Wear your
Can I say
sundress.
this? If you're gonna wear your sundress, please let your shoes match.
Okay, I'll go with that
Let shoes
one.
fit.
That too.
No,
At least let your
wear your
shoes match.
sundress, y'all.
But yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming out. Big shout out to you, man. Sold Out comedy show coming
Yes,
out.
sir. Thank you. Thank you. Who's gonna be who's my DJ for the show?
Of course.
My guy.
Exactly. And people, don't forget, big Harrisburg. I'm gonna say concert. It's a concert.
Yeah.
May 2nd up at the band show in Reservoir Park. Make sure y'all
Free.
come out to that. It's free. Yes, it's free. It's gonna be a lot of vendors out, good food. Bring your kids. It's gonna be a lot of stuff for families and everything.
Absolutely.
Also, don't forget each and every Tuesday, Tinted Tuesdays with yours truly up at the S Club. Y'all know what it is, and make sure y'all come through for that.
Anything else going on?
Oh
other than
yeah,
that?
there was a
I know you
song
got
of the week,
something,
right?
yeah.
That was a song of the week.
Yeah, that's what I knew. you
The
got
song
something.
of the week is a joint called "One for You" by my man Fresh the Kid.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I really dig his whole. I like Bo.
Yeah, play
I think
fresh.
I've seen him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He performed when we went.
We went to the
Okay, yeah,
Miss
that's okay.
Nika. Shout out, Believe the Hype.
Yep,
Shout
out
out,
Miss
Believe the
Nika.
Hype. Fresh the Kid, play that.
Yep.
Let me
It's called
see.
this joint's called "One for You."
Let me see.
Girl, when I wake up,
Okay.
all I wanna see is you. Putting on makeup.
Mhm.
You are already beautiful.
Hey, I like this.
When your tattoo.
Okay, fresh.
Screaming that you need some love. Can I be the one for you?
Okay.
Nice mellow
I
joint.
like
Yeah, you heard
it.
that though. He said when you wake up, you don't need no makeup because
I
you're beautiful
like
just
that.
like you are.
I like
I like
that. Go ahead,
That's right by
Fresh.
my man Fresh the Kid. Yeah, make sure y'all check him out.
Absolutely. I
Please
love
hit
that.
him up. Fresh the Kid. What's the name of the song? One more time, brother.
One for You.
Hit Fresh the Kid up. Check it out. All our local artists. We got Young Dev also tonight that's going to be performing for NLE Chopper.
Shout out Young Deb, Sarah.
Big shout out to Young
Justin
Dev for opening up.
did a video shoot yesterday.
Right.
Was that yesterday?
Yeah, he did a video shoot yesterday. Yeah.
He
Young
doing
Young
his
Dev,
thing.
hit me up next time I pop out, brother. Pop out for that joint. But
Yeah.
up next, we got
Our second
Our
guest,
second
y'all.
guest.
We bringing in our
Now-
second guest.
a second guest. Bam, what she likes to go by, right? Now, I met this young lady a few years ago. When I met her, we was at work.
Mhm.
And
What happened?
then we ain't at work no more. I'm getting to know her better. I'm like, you got a podcast.
Mhm.
What's your podcast called, sis? Her podcast is called Come Talk. Now, not just come talk. Like, you want people to come talk with you,
Right.
But it's called Come Talk. CUM.
Here she is. Hey, hey. I thought she was about to twerk real quick.
I saw that video. How did my show
That was
get
a
to
trick.
this level?
That was a
What's
trick.
happening? You were right.
almost got me.
Our show is called Come Talk. Please tune in. Tell them when to tune in before we even get in the interview. When to tune in.
I typically go live 2 Fridays a month. I drop the promo so that you guys will know when I go live. So I pretty much post that everywhere. But yeah, follow me, Amber Marie, on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Come Talk on Facebook. Come Talk Official on Instagram. I go live on Instagram and Facebook. It's typically on Friday nights, a little late night, start the weekend off.
If you
Between
haven't
like
figured
9
it
and
out,
12.
if you haven't figured it out, it's an adult.
Adults.
Your kids don't need to be watching this
Absolutely.
because they don't need to be hearing about Come Talk. And it's not a COM, it's CUM Talk. So again, it's very adult. It's very interactive as well.
It is.
You can tune in, you can ask questions, you can voice your opinion, and just listen to a great conversation with Amber. And you usually have a guest or a different co-host. How do you do this?
So what I normally do, I'm building a team. So my best friend Madi, she's
Shout out to Marty.
yes, she's amazing. So she's typically my co-host, but I like to mix it up. So I like to get the perspective of different people. So I notice that when I have one-on-one conversations with people, it's amazing what you get from them, right? And it's typically people who I know have similar perspective or maybe completely different perspective that they could, really give my viewers the real, pretty much the real, because I believe that most of the interaction that happens between people is unspoken. So to have the opportunity to have a woman hear firsthand, like when a man's not trying to, get what he wants out of you, but just be honest, like that's valuable. So now Come Talk. Where did it come from? How did you get that name? What is Come Talk? Come Talk is a place where people can come and be.
Hold on, you can come. Hold on, you can
You can actually COME. Don't play games with me. I mean,
what kind of show is this, man?
Listen, sometimes we play games. Like, the intention is not for my guests to CUM, but if that happens, I'm sorry, but I'm for everyone orgasming, and whenever it happens,
everybody.
It's an amazing thing because most people don't experience it in real life.
So if she can aid in that.
So where did it come from? Where did it come from? So my mom is a very open person. When it comes to sex, I come from a very open family. So this is just natural for me.
Okay.
I'm a Scorpio. If y'all know, but it's just natural. And I just find this is where naturally my conversation goes to.
Okay.
And I had a couple friends and we were having some conversation. And I had a friend who had made the comment that a woman, can I say something that's explicit?
Please.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I had to
drop it.
Because this is what really sparked Come Talk. Okay. Me and my friends, we always go live. We always, whatever. And it was just a conversation. And one of my friends said a woman cannot orgasm with a man's dick inside of her. And, I was personally very offended. Okay. But what happened was we started diving into Google, right? We started doing the research and there is research that goes both ways, right? So it's really about a matter of experience and what your experience is and understanding that the person sitting beside you, woman or not, she may look just like you, but she does not have the same experience as what you have, right? So yeah, and it's just kind of went from there. So
well, that's a great way to start it. Now, I got a very good question for you because with sex and just adult topics, anybody can talk about it. Why do you think you specifically deserve this platform?
I think, as I said, I believe I was born into this, right? I was raised into this, into being able to speak about sex so openly, right? Those uncomfortable moments, right? That people keep secret, like a lot of people don't experience, they don't know how to voice certain things, they don't know how to and I just noticed how people were so attracted to me, and they feel so open and comfortable, and because as I did my research, I found that I was in the top, I believe it's 12% of women who can orgasm more than once, like back to back, and I realized that all of us don't experience.
Whoa! Stop. Hold on. Only 12% of women
12%,
can
and
orgasm
maybe
more than
less.
once?
Back to back. That's actually like, you have to understand that when women orgasm, like a lot of times when women orgasm, you don't actually have you don't have bodily fluid come out. Like you just
Right.
You literally just
It's a feeling, not
feel
necessarily.
it. Exactly. So yeah.
We're gonna have Amber back for a spotlight one day.
Like,
we need to get more in depth of women in their back to back or single or I don't care how it happens, but yeah.
Oh my goodness. So why you spoke about people being afraid or not able to speak? Why do you feel like people are either afraid to speak about sex or things that they
feel like they're going to be judged?
Yeah.
So for me, I have to be honest. I feel that all the time, but I was in a relationship for almost 12 years, with my children's father. And when I became single, it was just something that was like, it was a lot of exploring that I went through, right? And a lot of amazing ass experiences, right? So I feel comfortable with myself. I feel, I'm okay. I'm confident. I'm very confident, to be able to say, like, this is how,
You say you're confident?
Yeah, I thought that's what you said. No,
shit.
you didn't. Oh, okay. Yeah, but
wait.
I'm
That's her word.
yeah, okay, that's fine.
She just branded it.
She branded
I heard
confident.
that. I say what? Am I just focused that much on confident? Did you say confident? You said
But like, as
I like
people are worried about being judged.
confident.
And I found that even
do
though,
that
like,
myself.
I'm a very selective person, okay? I move a certain way, like, people will still make up this story about you, okay? So I felt like this was my way of, writing my own story. Like, I can tell you my, most amazing experiences, and I'm comfortable being vulnerable, being honest with myself and saying, this is what happened, this is how it happened, this is why it happened. Now, why did you do what you did? Because that people learn from that.
I think it's very important. You said a good thing, that you are comfortable with yourself. I think that's what some of us lack, is the comfortability of self. You know what I mean? You're a female. Like, our sexual side is natural.
That goes for both males and females, though. There's a lot of males that are not necessarily comfortable
with even their body.
That's true.
And they won't admit it because we're masculine and we don't admit it.
That's true.
How important? One last question. How important is it to know your own body before
exploring somebody else's,
or allowing somebody to explore yours?
I think that that's like the biggest thing, because man or woman, you can lose yourself in someone else. You can find yourself doing things that you really don't actually enjoy, but you did it just because someone else definitely knowing yourself, like knowing, you as a person, and then being okay with saying, I don't like that.
There you go.
Know what you want, know what you don't want.
Amber's gonna have a lot more to say to us here in a minute when we bring up our group discussion about religion. However, we want to bring Amber back. We want to bring you back because we need a spotlight with you just to sit down and talk about this and get everything out in the open. But we thank you so much for being our guest and coming.
I love you guys. Thanks for having
me. Coming on to the show. They are guests.
Thanks for
because if you came in my seat, we wanted to clean that shit up. But
shut the fuck up, Tom.
Thank you, Ben, for coming.
Thank you so much, Ben, for coming. And we got one of our. There you go. Yeah. And we are going to eat. But see, we just got done talking about come talk, so I don't want to say we're going to eat now, but we got to eat some tacos.
Oh my
This gets worse. Like I can't say nothing good.
Right.
I can't say nothing good.
What are we eating?
Some tacos with Miss Jamila
Hello,
Tennant
everyone.
and
Thank you.
Yes. And we always hungry. So tell us about these tacos that you brought us today. Bring those, hold on. Bring those tacos out. You can't just come to the bring
Okay,
those tacos
so
out. Tell us about those tacos.
I bought chicken and beef burrito tacos. The beef is pot roast, so it's not hamburger, it's pot roast.
Okay.
Yep. So
Now, what got us to bring Miss Jamila Tennant on the show was just I personally was on Facebook and I scrolled through Facebook one day and I didn't know somebody was having a taco sale. I didn't know what the hell was going on. But every post I saw, I'm like, what the hell are these tacos? Now, I wanted to buy these tacos from her prior to the show. However, I wanted to give a real example of how they taste and let everybody know what they're hitting for. Now, you also got into vegan tacos.
yes.
There's a lot of vegans out there. Tell them about it.
So I'm gonna just start off and tell you how it started. One day, me and my mom, well, matter of fact, me and my fiance, we were just looking on YouTube, but tacos just like, ooh, let's try. So one day I got in my kitchen, made them. He was like, ooh, these is good. So these is hit. So I was like, yeah. I called my mom. I said, Mom, what you think about selling these tacos? She was like, yeah. How about that homemade cake? I said, yeah. So we came up with a date. Right. We came up with a date. I made 200 tacos in a pan.
What?
A pan. And I made good money that day. I definitely did. But like I said, it was really random. But the love has been real. The House of Vegans, he was like, man, you should try some vegan tacos. I did it. He said, keep going. And like I said, the love's been definitely real.
Look at that.
Definitely real.
One stroll on YouTube and a business has been birthed.
And that's how it happens sometimes. And that's what people say. There's a lot of people that say that people don't support. And what I always say is if you give a product that people want, they will support it.
Oh, they
So
definitely
obviously you're giving people what they want because I see people cussing you out almost on Facebook. I'm like,
oh, yes, my inbox is
more time.
I get cussed out from my fiance, like, put that phone down. I'm like, yo, listen, this is the move.
Right.
Like Bird said, he's an entrepreneur. I'm trying to do something. When I ain't here, I want my boys to be straight.
Generational wealth right here. Look at
Let's taste these tacos.
Yes, I have to.
It's the generational wealth. She's trying to
Made
build
my shirt,
generational
you know,
Top
MJM
down.
Creations. That means Miguel, Jakari, Makai. They are my children. That was my first business. Now it's Millhouse Tacos. You can find those
You can bring
both on Facebook.
Mr. Fiance, bring it
Yes,
in the
here
tacos.
it is.
Mr. Fiance
Definitely gets in the kitchen. It's me, him, and my mom. And I, like I said, I really want to give them a big shout out because without them, it would not be me or these tacos or my children.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much for coming and bringing these tacos on. And we are going to taste these. Oh, don't go nowhere because we want to taste these while you sitting there.
Show the camera this.
Oh,
I took the sauce off.
That's beef. And
Look
this
at
is
that,
chicken.
y'all.
Oh, and the sauce. I lost my brother almost 2 years ago. And the sauce is named Skip Sauce, so that's after him. So enjoy.
I'm going to touch one of these Jones right here.
And you got to dip it in here?
DJ.
Dip it in the Skip Sauce.
You got to skip it in. You got to skip
Dip
it
it in the
in
Skip Sauce.
Skip it in.
Hey!
I was with you on that one. All right, so this is the yep. We dip. When I dip, you dip. We dip. Let's see.
And they're not even that
Let me tell you.
hot. I bought everybody some. So
Yeah.
everybody's
Hey, we
welcome
got
to
guests in
dip
there.
in.
Guests, come get
And
tacos
I
if you
wanted to
want
bring
taco.
you guys
Amber and Barry,
come
come
on,
get
DJ.
taco if you want taco.
Yes,
Please.
definitely come in and dig in.
Is this vegan?
No, no vegan.
Okay, what's this one? The same thing?
This is
Chicken
the
and-
pot. This one is the pot roast.
That's the pot roast. And
Oh
this
my
is chicken.
You sure?
Dig in.
I think you can try.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
we want to save you one. Hold on, wait, let me get you
She said save you one. No.
one. You need to taste it.
These are very.
What is this one?
That's the chicken,
This is
right,
chicken.
right closest to you, bro.
Chicken and beef.
Yo, listen.
Grab that yard burger.
Bro,
The
these
yard.
are very delicious.
Thank
I
you,
see, I
thank
see,
you,
I
thank
see
you.
why everybody's cussing you out if you ain't got them or
Oh
whatever.
my God.
Because these are really good. Like, you know,
Thank
I'm not
you.
lying. I'm not lying for nobody. And these are really
This is-
banging.
I'm
And
not
the
going to
song-
say it's good because you're on the show.
It's another name.
How can people get in touch with you to get these tacos?
Millhouse Tacos on Facebook. Jamila Tennant Facebook, but I would rather Millhouse Tacos. Definitely can hit me up on there. And our next batch is coming Tuesday, so might want to get your orders in now because the spots don't last long at all.
Please recycle your dollars in our community, guys.
Absolutely.
These tacos are amazing. Please,
Amazing.
Thank you.
please hit her up.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
I'm on. So
like they're really like breathtaking tacos. These are really, really good. Please
Oh, thank you so
make sure that you're
Oh
hitting
my
Jamila up.
gosh. This is really good.
I don't care if y'all got an inbox or just don't inbox or anything inappropriate.
Right, please.
Inbox her about these tacos. Oh, and she bought cake. They bought cake.
This is French vanilla, new on the list.
Hmm.
And what is
I got shows coming up. I can't be
it? 7 Up. Homemade vanilla, French vanilla cake, and homemade 7
My
Up.
DMX might be there.
And
Something
we didn't bring forks, but I'm going to take a bite
Oh,
of
yeah,
that. No, we good. Oh, I'm going to.
It's pineapple upside down cake, all homemade.
I'll take this
Special
one.
cake treats. That's my mother, and she makes it all homemade.
Yeah.
Icings, everything from scratch.
Please, please,
Y'all heard it
please.
here.
Homemade.
It will be worth it. This is a way to feed your family for the evening, a way to feed a cookout, a way to feed a party.
Podcast.
Yeah, I do also do
Right,
things
right,
right.
Right. You want
Right.
to show catered? These are amazing, Jamila.
Thank you so
thank
much,
you,
guys. Thank you for having me. I
Thank
really
you so much.
appreciate it.
Give
Thank
it
you
up
so
for
much.
Millhouse
Yes,
Tacos,
please.
girl.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
We'll make sure we tag you in the video. Make sure you share with all your friends and family because everybody needs to know about these
Beer.
tacos because they are amazing.
Slide to the left.
Mhm.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Jamila. Thank you.
Bird. Yo,
Now we're
Listen,
gonna
y'all.
get into our next segment, which is Producer's Corner. But as we get into that Producer's Corner, I'm gonna be eating another
right.
taco.
Exactly.
But we're gonna get into our Producer's Corner right now for you guys. Let's bring in Siobhan.
Woo! Stop producer. She fly, y'all. Look at her. Fly.
What's going on, everybody? We got a lot going on in the studio today. I'll make sure y'all save me one of them tacos. Please.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. So guys, just as we've done the last couple of segments, we're gonna talk a little bit about some of these things that are trending in the news. I wish I had good news for y'all. I do not. None of it has been good this past couple of weeks. The first thing is the Indianapolis FedEx shooting. Shooting took place Friday night. It claimed actually the lives of 8 people. 8 people, age ranges 19 to 74.
It's ridiculous.
It is beyond ridiculous. But the shooter, actually, if you want to include the shooter, there's 9 victims because he actually committed suicide. So you have 9 dead. As of yet, the police have not identified any sort of motive for the killings. We do know that 4 people that were shot were members of the Sikh community. So if you're not familiar with the Sikh community, it's Middle Eastern origin and descent. From right now, we cannot determine any connection between the shooter and any of the victims. So there's no saying if he picked them at random or if he just decided to come into the building and started shooting. He waited until 11 o'clock. So it was like the shift change. There were actually people that were shot in the parking lot before he made his way into the building. So what we know about him right now, his name is Brandon Scott Hole. He's a former employee of FedEx. He was fired in 2020. He was a former employee. He was interviewed by the FBI in 2020. His mother actually was concerned that he may do something like this. So she called the police. The police had the FBI contact the FBI. They interviewed him. They did not find any reason to revoke him of his gun license. So the gun that he had was actually a legal weapon. He owned it legally. So there's that. There was also another shooting last night at 1 o'clock in the morning in Wisconsin at a bar. So there were 3 dead. There's another mass casualty event. 3 dead, 2 severely injured. 1 was in critical condition. So they're waiting to see if that person is going to survive. So there have actually been 47 mass shootings in the United States since March the 16th of this year.
Just since March.
Since March the 16th of this year, there have been 47 mass casualty events in the United States.
That's a high number.
So of course the gun control debate rages on. Neither side ever does anything, but it's clearly an epidemic. It's something that we need to address. The other epidemic, police can't seem to stop shooting Black people. That's the other epidemic that's going on. We learned recently, but I should say black and brown people, because
Right.
we recently learned
Yeah,
of a
black and
shooting.
brown, you damn right.
Adam Toledo, he was a 13-year-old kid who was shot in Chicago by an officer. I don't want to speak on it too much. There's not a whole lot of information that was released.
We don't have all the
Shooting-
facts,
we don't.
yeah.
The shooting took place in December. There is a grainy video, the officer's body cam, that does seem to show the young man complied when the officer told him to
Hands
put his
up.
hands up.
Both
He did
hands.
recover a gun from the scene. So, you know, I'm going to reserve my judgment for it, but, you know, we'll see what happens. The other shooting that took place was of Dante Wright. Dante was shot by an officer 10 miles away from where George Floyd's shooting is taking place.
Yeah.
So,
I remember that. Okay.
10
miles.
10 miles away. He was shot actually, he was in handcuffs. They did say that he was resisting arrest. The officer that shot him, she believed that she actually was picking up her taser.
That was on the taser.
So, I'm not really sure. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it.
I remember seeing the video on Facebook where the cop came on and he had one taser on this side
The
and the gun on
taser and the
that
gun are
side.
supposed to be in two different
Places. So
So
that don't make sense.
there's no way to confuse a gun
Right.
with a
With a
taser.
taser.
The taser is bright yellow.
Different weights.
Different weights. It's a Glock 17. Now, I've held a gun before. I actually own a gun.
Mhm.
They're totally different.
Right.
They feel completely different. So again, she's a 25-year veteran of the force. Her name is Kimberly Potter. She has been charged with second-degree manslaughter. So again, full circle. He was shot 10 miles away from the courthouse where George Floyd's murder is being prosecuted.
Ridiculously hard.
Derek Chauvin. It's just very weird because it's like
Yeah.
these events always seem to come full circle. Like I've said it a couple times. George Floyd's girlfriend was actually Dante Wright's teacher.
That's the weirdest thing.
Wait,
Yes.
what?
Yeah.
She taught. She was a teacher. in
There's
elementary
just
school.
so much trauma. for
George
these
Floyd's
people that we
girlfriend was
don't.
this young man.
There's so much trauma just in our community.
And it
that we
just
don't
comes around.
recognize.
And I mean, it's just very strange. Like, I don't know if you guys know Mamie Till, Emmett Till's mother.
Yeah.
Emmett Till was babysat by Fred Hampton's
Fred
mother.
Hampton, yes.
Did y'all know that?
Yes.
Mhm.
So it just always seems to come back around. That's why the involvement of us, it could just as easily be my
Yeah,
baby.
right.
You know what I mean? It could be your baby. It's just, so I don't know. But the city of Minneapolis is bracing for more potential violence and protests. Both cases, the prosecution and defense have rested as of Friday. They will give their closing arguments tomorrow. And then after that, the jury deliberates. So the jury will be sequestered. It could take an hour. It could take days.
Right.
We just don't
It's
know.
gonna be big.
But the city is already up in arms. There have been protests all over the country, but Minneapolis has still never really healed from Philando Castile shooting.
Right.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So we have Philando Castile who was shot. Now we have George Floyd, and now we have this young man. So
Mhm.
brace for it. We'll see what happens. And then lastly, DMX will be laid to rest in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center on Saturday the 24th. So again, prayers up for X's family. And Prince Philip died, but I don't give a damn about that.
What did they wrong from on that one?
So that's all I got for y'all today.
That's what we give it to him.
What? So that-
Black
so that
Rob.
DJ?
Yeah. Black
He passed
Dom
away?
Rob. You know what happened? That's
What
whoa.
happened?
Wait a minute.
That's whoa.
When did he die?
Who?
Black
Black
Rob.
Rob.
Nuh-uh.
That's whoa.
That is wrong.
Wow. Well,
They I believe DJ Soph has a GoFundMe for him too.
okay. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry. I wish I had better news this week. I don't
That's
have
what we
it.
got.
I don't
That's what we
have
got.
it.
But we about to get into that tasted live. Jamila Tennant, ma'am. Panelists back in for our group discussion. Our group discussion today is going to be about religion in our community.
We welcome
And-
our guests back in.
We know religion is a very, very, very touchy topic in our community. Everything doesn't always fit into what we would. You can come in. Yo, you can come in if you want. You're more than welcome to join the group conversation with us because it is about religion. Now we don't know everyone's religious stance, and that's not what it's about. It's about discussing it. And some people think it's harmed our community. Some people think it's helped our community. Some people think it's a bunch of bullshit. So that's just what we're here to discuss. So as we already see, Mr. Bird is starting off with a giggle. Let's just jump right into it. what does religion mean to you, brother? What does it mean to you? Where did you find religion to start before we get into everything else?
Religion. I'm not a big fan of it, as a lot of you may know or don't know. I believe it had its purpose and things of that nature. We had to do it, through slavery and things of that nature, and to show, America that we could not be savages and live up to all the things that propaganda had said about us and things of that nature. But I'm not a big fan of religion at all. I believe it keeps us divided. And if we can be able to get rid of these religions and things of that nature, we'd be able to all love each other and unify, like everyone always talks about in this "we are the world" mentality. So I'm not a big fan of religions at all. I don't hate people or anything like people may think or anything like that, but I just believe it keeps us from fighting back the correct way against the powers that be.
Ms. Amber?
Absolutely.
Same to you. What does religion mean to you? How did you find religion to start? Like, what does it mean to you?
I grew up in the church.
Mhm.
I think that a lot of, Blacks, we are introduced to religion that way.
Yeah.
For me, religion, in some way, I don't want to say that it still is, but I think for me, it was my foundation. Okay, it's my way of knowing right from wrong, good and bad. Gave me judgment as far as morals, how to treat people, how to, when I go through hard times, how do we get through those, when you don't see a way out, right? So, and I'm speaking from, my mom struggling and me being the young kid who was, so close to her, okay? So how she got through was praying, so I was her little prayer warrior, you know what I mean? So that's how, and even, being a young adult, I've always been very independent, house, car, job at a very young age, 18, so me having no one but me, that was the only thing I had to fall on.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Definitely understood. Now,
a little bit about religion. I see here on the cards it's over 4,300 religions in the world.
Say that number again. Say
it again.
4,300 religions. So how do you know yours is the right one?
Right. Now from that, I'm gonna go back to Barry, because 70% of the religions are based off Christianity. Now, before we get into Christianity, where do you think that comes from, brother? I already know where you're going, but tell me where it comes from.
Well, basically, actually, not to what you're going to correct you, but actually, they're all coming from Judaism. Judaism was first.
Okay. Yep.
Then it was Christianity. Then you had Islam. Islam is the newest of all the Abrahamic religions. But they're all about control. And it's all about power, land, and getting the people in these poor places to make them feel like they're heathens and they're going to hell and things of that nature. And it's basically about ruling through fear. All these religions have never treated Black people like you're supposed to. Minorities like you're supposed to. Now, I'm speaking from experience because I've been Christian up until I was 26. I was baptized and all that type of things and everything like that. Grew up in the church. Then I was Muslim until I was 33. So from there, I was like, okay, I like Islam and everything like that because it showed me how to fight back. Islam, you're not you steal from me, I'm gonna cut your hand off. There's basic rules and consequences for your actions and behaviors, and it made more sense to me. It was more logical. I didn't feel like a victim as I did in Christianity. Christianity is like, oh well, God works in mysterious ways and everything like that. You just got to pray better, Virginia. You just got to pray. That's my grandmama Sarah.
That's coming from a memory.
Right.
A real place right here.
That lady with the hat on the old church farm.
Pray and wait on the Lord. And we're continuing to wait on the Lord. And in my opinion, like I said, no disrespect to anyone, he's taking too long for me.
He's taking too long.
He's taking too long for me.
It's two things I don't talk about: it's politics and religion. Because people just get very like
people get
very offended
because they think they're wrong,
but
or they think they're right, or they think this. but no one actually knows what is right
Thank
or
you.
wrong.
They're offended off of
Oh, interject,
my perspective. Why are you offended on what I believe, or
Right.
what I think? You know,
Okay, go ahead, young ladies
so
first.
she ready. She got
No,
something.
because you know I do, because I have to say when I first went on my spiritual journey, I experienced some of what I think you guys are talking about. Okay, but I have to say, me being a Christian and coming into a place where I know something ain't right, because not based off of just the history and the facts, right, but based off of the way that you're treated in church. You know, like being a young girl who's struggling, trying to figure out life. And, I go to church and I have an aunt whose husband is a pastor, and I'm going and I'm struggling and I'm trying to figure this thing out. And she's close to me. So for me to, I finally got a job, and I got young kids. So, life's hard. It's, so me trying to, get myself together on a Sunday to go to church in the morning, that's a struggle because I have to, I got to have this set schedule 5 days a week, right, with kids. So it's hard, right? So then I finally roll in on a Sunday, and I'm proud that I rolled in on that Sunday, right? So
knock you down.
that whole message was about me.
Woo, child, honey.
Woo!
Well, I confided into my aunt.
See that part.
Do you see me?
That part.
Do y'all see me?
Was played out. Do you know? I got up and left. Like, talk about a broken person who just came. Y'all.
It's about to bring me to tears.
But okay, but so yes.
Was what I mean? One of the things I always bring up. What kind of church did you go to? Is your church segregated like most churches are? Because I mean, there's a few churches here and there where I've seen people who are intermingling, but mostly it's predominantly black or predominantly white or predominantly Asian, and racism is rampant everywhere, and we can't even seem like to get it out of our churches. We can't even fellowship.
But it could be an all black church and still be segregated.
Right. It's
You know what I'm saying?
old, young.
A lot of people don't know. I come from Christianity.
Classism sometimes.
I've
Classism is a bitch.
I come from Christianity. I've been ordained as an elder. I've been affirmed as a prophet in God's church, in Christianity church, a prophet. Okay? I've been through these things. Like when she starts, I'm getting teary-eyed right now because it's so sad that so many people go through this. They come in here looking for, like they're looking for something because they know this is all I got left. I need something to hold on to, and you guys are saying there's a God out there that's going to help me and stuff like that. And I'm coming into this church and you're beating me down, talking about me over the pulpit, whispering this stuff. Whoop.
That
is
part.
it?
Right.
What
We're supposed to be
Christ
reflection of Him. But most of the people that I see in the churches are not the reflection that we're made to believe who Jesus was.
Right.
So when I see Jesus as what you gave me who Jesus was, and I see you walking like Jesus,
you know what?
Nigga,
well,
you doing a skip.
We are not
walking like
I was about
you
16,
skipping like
17
Jesus.
in a Bible study, or the Bible study, or what's the classes that the kids have at the beginning of Sunday school. Okay, 16, 17. You know what we were told is that we can't listen to secular music because we're not married, but she could listen to secular music because she has a husband. If she's tempted, then it's okay. So I mean, I don't know, but that's just what I was told. But I have to say that
I couldn't work.
Churches, they're not so cozy, but the world is not so cozy either. Because when you get around other Black people who are more knowledgeable, especially when it comes to religion, they're not so cozy. That's why, when it comes to enlightenment, instead of enlightenment, what you get is, ha, 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 you and that white Jesus, you got that, that miracle book, you, ha, ha, you dumb nigga, you. That's what we feel like. So you don't want to go that way. I don't even know you personally, and I'm sorry to say that, but we got through a period where it was like crazy memes, and it was just like, and I felt like I was that person standing like blocking the stones. Why are you guys throwing stones at? Why are you guys making fun of me for what I was raised into?
But my whole thing was,
different.
I was raised into it as well. But as I explained to Barry the other day, me and Barry linked up before he came through, is that I did grow up in the church, but I always had questions about religion. Like, how? So you mean to tell me this happened? How did this nigga do that?
Right.
So hold on.
Don't ask questions.
So Moses walked through, and the sea just did that. I need someone to explain. Hold on. So Jesus died. He died. He was dead, and he came back 3 days later.
But it wasn't 3 days.
I need to understand all these things, and no one could ever explain it to me. It was always Well, you need to believe. You need to understand. No,
Right.
Point me to
Right.
something that I can read and understand.
And like we said, it's a lot of religions out here. We're just
Yeah.
focusing on this one because these are the ones that we have experienced ourselves. We're not pointing at Christianity.
Right.
Because again, there's over 4,000 religions out there. These are just the ones that we have experienced for ourselves. I want to ask you, babe, what would you consider yourself in? I wouldn't even say religion. What would you consider yourself? What do you believe?
I'm a very spiritual person. I pray to my ancestors and things of that nature, pour libations for them.
Oh, you going to hell?
Yeah,
You pour libations for them. My God.
With gasoline
Gasoline
draws
drills
on.
on.
You know what I mean?
With all the Christians right behind you, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Most of my thoughts are Kemetic, you know,
Yeah.
which if you don't know as Egyptian or things of that nature. Yes.
I know. One thing that I did, I was a person in church asking all the questions. Okay, I even got halfway kicked out of Sunday school,
Me
or
too.
I don't even know which one it was, but I was
Me
asking the
too.
questions, and people would look at me funny. So I had that experience. Now, what I did and how I got to where I am and what I believe now is I was praying to God, show me the truth. I want to know your truth. Remove the man-made stuff. Remove the man, whatever
There you
I'm
go.
putting in it, and it brought me to a
There you
broader
go.
understanding of who God is. I don't even say what God is.
Mhm.
If we want to put that in that type of perspective, you know what I mean? It brought me to a broader understanding of how everything works. And one thing that I did, I'm getting anxious because I like this, but what I studied about a lot of religions, and they all have a similar foundational
Isn't that
story
interesting? They all have the
that
same
came
devil
from
too.
that came
How you
from
all got
like
the same devil?
the same devil, right? That's what I found interesting. It's like I studied all of them. They all have this foundation. This virgin who had a baby.
Mhm.
The foundational story. So it's kind of it makes me think and ask questions a lot. I'm a thinker. I ask questions a lot, and that's one thing in how I got to wherever I believe what I believe.
Now, with
I'm probably going to hell with you.
all these conversations going on, I truly think that we need to have Mr. Barry Bird come back,
Sure.
and do a full 30-minute spotlight with us. Get a lot more in depth into what religion means, especially in our community. Especially with Black folks. A lot of us do go to church and we depend on one thing, and we're not getting what we think we deserve, or what we think we earned through going through these steps. And I think it just needs to be broken down a little bit more, and just have a more in-depth conversation with you.
Now, I'm no expert, like I said, just preface, I'm no expert or anything like that. No preaching, no man, none of that, things like
But
that.
those are the people we need to talk to. People that aren't experts, the people that just want to have barbershop talk.
Right.
People that want to hang out and have some good barbershop talk.
Can I just,
and just hang out and voice our opinions.
I just want to insert that, as you guys have these talks, like I think that it's important, as we go through, enlightening our community, that we, are replacing it with something that is, that shows people, that gives people hope, because I think
we
that,
don't want to take hope away from our people.
because I think that, it's easy when you take that religion away, then, because that is that foundation. Yeah, they have not, those basic morals, vows.
I think religion plays its role in people's lives. Some people get in this lifetime, some people get a broader explanation or understanding is the word I'm looking for. Understanding. Some people got a broader understanding, and some people for this lifetime is only going to be religion for them. So it plays its part in certain people's lives.
But we'll definitely have Mr. Barry Bird come back and discuss this a little bit further. But up next, we got the wrap up coming up with Mr. Trey Chaney. Let's bring him in. A lot of people know Mr. Trey Chaney from, I'm going to start with Saints and Sinners. I'm going to start with that for you. Mr. Kendrick from Saints and Sinners. But the legendary character Poop from The Wire is where we know Mr. Trey Chaney from. And brother, we thank you. Thank you for joining us for a few minutes. Greeting us here today.
Nice beard.
Trey got a beard too.
Nice beard.
Y'all know what's up. What's up? What's going on with y'all, man? I gotta pick my joint out. What's going on? Hey, first and foremost, I'm excited, man, to be on this show, man. Tom is my brother. So, anytime he reach out to me, it's whatever. I'ma always join in. I'ma always join into the conversation. And no matter what I'm doing in television and film, I'ma always be a part of this thing. So I'm honored to be on.
As we was even going through, you texted me and said, "Boy, you on set? Tell us what you're doing on set. What's going on with you right now? What project you got going on?"
Y'all, I'm on a press tour for Secret Society, which is top 5 film on Amazon Prime. Miyasha Coleman wrote it. Rich Coleman executive produced it. Jamal Hill directed it, and it's starring myself, Trey Chaney, Vivica Fox, Raina Love, Erica Pinkett, Jeremy Meeks, and it's like a game-changing film. Thank you. It's a game-changing film right now that's on, Amazon Prime, and of course, Saints and Sinners season 5 is the number one film on TV. So when we leave here, y'all will be able to watch Saints and Sinners tonight on Bounce TV at 9 p.m. So, with the schedule being crazy and with me running around doing this press tour and being on the set of all these different shows and television, films, it's all love,
And we appreciate you. And you also just had recently your directorial debut,
Right.
Truthless, the short film. Tell them a little bit about it, brother. I checked it out, and it's what it was supposed to be. Tell them a little bit about that.
Thank you, man. Truthless, I just got inspired by, New Jack City. I got inspired by Nino Brown. I got inspired by Juice, Boys in the Hood, and I wanted to just create my own version of what I thought, a film like that would be like. So Truthless came about, I played this character, Omar Green. It has some amazing actors and actresses in it.
Shout out to Tyler Phillips from Harrisburg. Yes, sir.
Yeah, my brother, Todd J. Phillips.
Already.
Richard Young, Rob Brown, Diamond Duval, Miss Diamond Duval, Leroy Gordon, and so many other people. We shot the film in Jacksonville, Florida in one day. It was actually 20 hours, shot it in one day. And
that's awesome.
I'm honored to be able to put a film like this out on Amazon Prime. I directed it, I starred in it. Shout out to Mars 3045, Powerful Productions, but it's just, it's just amazing. Closer Productions who help with, like the distribution, finance, and stuff like that. I'm just happy to be able to say, yo, we put out our own independent product.
I hear that. Right. Absolutely. Big shout out to that. Big shout out to that. I'm not sure if you've ever been asked this question before, bro. Now, it's a different question. It's from The Wire. Now,
Yeah.
I'm sure you've received 100 million questions from The Wire. However, what was your favorite thing? What was your favorite intro? Because they change the intro song every year. What was your favorite intro? I don't know if you've ever been asked that. What was your favorite intro to the season?
It has to be season 1.
Yes, sir.
Because season 1 was the beginning.
Yes, sir.
Season 1 was the beginning, and season 1 was the groundbreaking intro that everybody was introduced to.
Yes, sir.
So with season 1 of The Wire's intro, man, and people just being introduced to an amazing ensemble cast and groundbreaking, critically acclaimed show. I'm just honored to just say I played Pooh for all 5 seasons on that joint. You know what I'm saying?
Now you say you played Pooh like it was a small part. Now Pooh made it from the first episode, from what I recall, literally to the last episode.
Exactly.
One of the only characters that actually made it through he went to jail a few times, but he actually made it through. Now, was there any episode to you, just as not just a character, but as a fan, that stood out? Any episode, period, whether you were in the episode or not, was there anything that may have stood out to you to be like, this episode right here is that one?
Well, I gotta say, when me and Bodie had to kill Michael B. Jordan's character, that was the scene. That was the scene that actually made my career.
Michael B. Jordan, exactly.
Now, I talked to my producer about that episode.
I'm the
I talked to my producer about that episode before we brought you on. He's like, no, he died this way. I was like, no, he died this way. They were standing over him. They didn't want to do it. That episode just brings back so many emotions, because it was like, who didn't want to do it, but Bodie wanted to do it. There was just so much going on. So
Bodie just did what he was told.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just.
But for you to stand out in that episode, bro, it was great, and for that to be one of your standout episodes and most memorable episodes was real. That was a real written show. The directors, the writers of that were definitely from from the city. Like you could tell they knew what it meant to write an episode. Now, my guy Barry told me, he said, I got something to ask him. I don't know what he got to ask you, but I'm gonna let Barry shoot off. He said, you got something, brother.
Nah, man, I wanted to hear more about your music and stuff like that. Where I can get into it because, like I said, I have an album out, right now, and I wanted to link with some people that was in the game and wanted to hear more of your stuff. He told me your stuff was off the chain because he saw your stuff live, and that's what I wanted to hear more about. Where can I get your music, and how can I tap into that?
Well, for me, man, the music for me was how it started. Before the acting came about, the music was first. I remember being 8 years old, being on tour with Big Daddy Kane. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rakim. Shout out to all the OGs in the game that have embraced me. And strictly about music. Strictly about music is my album that's out right now on all platforms, all digital streaming platforms. And then I did another joint called 3X Trilogy. I actually shot 15 videos off of saying strictly about music. And my music is more so, it's my real life because people identify with truth. And I'm all about giving you my reality of what's going on. It's no facade. It's nothing fake about what I present. And just being able to present that, man, it's an honor.
It is, man.
And I'm
relate
through your music.
Well, Trey, we greatly appreciate you taking some time out of your day, brother. We know you got a busy schedule. Saints and Sinners tonight, Bounce TV. Tell them where they can catch it.
Yeah.
Anything you got tonight, anything you got coming up, brother. Let them know.
9 o'clock, Bounce TV, every Sunday. Saints and Sinners season 5, baby. And if y'all have not tuned into the first episode, you can download Brown Sugar app right now on your phone. Watch the first episode. The first episode gonna come on Bounce again anyway before the second episode come on tonight. But every Sunday for the next 8 weeks, Saints and Sinners the #1 show on Bounce. And please, everybody, right now, go to Amazon Prime and watch Secret Society, the biggest film in the world.
Yes, sir.
Top 5. We're top 5 on Amazon Prime in the country. Secret Society, myself, Raina Love, Vivica Fox, Erica Pinkett, Jeremy Meeks. This is a big deal. So I want to
tap into all that, guys. Trey, we greatly appreciate you taking some time out of your busy schedule, brother.
Yeah, bro.
We appreciate you for coming through. We'll link up. I'm gonna try to get you back up here. I'll be having these backyard comedy shows. I need you to get up here and perform one of your joints up here so they can see what you bring to the table.
Hey, Thomas, I'm going to tell you like this, brother. I'm so proud of you, man. Anything that you do, Trey Chaney is there. What you doing in this industry as a comedian, what you doing on your podcast right now, the meetup, whatever you doing, bro, I'm there. You call me,
my guy.
Pull up.
Yep, greatly appreciate it. Let's give it for Mr. Trey Chaney, guys. Appreciate you, bro. Already. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Meetup. Thank you to our panelists,
Thanks for having
Miss
me.
Amber Marie. Damn.
Before we get out of here, though, we want to give our winner for our giveaway.
Oh, yes, I didn't forget about it. I was giving the shout out, and then I was going to bring the spinning wheel.
Just want to make sure we forget about a winner.
Miss Bam and Mr. Barry Bird. But before we do that, we're about to give them these. Oh, he ready for that. He ready for that rhyme.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, we got this gift to give away. And let one of our guests spin the spinning wheel today. Miss Amber Marie, spin the wheel, and you spin it towards yourself. And what this is going to be to see who wins our gift for the beard products and an official Meetup mug. Spin that joint. Put your weight into it. And we have, I can't see it.
Well, I can look at it because I'm closer.
I see it.
Shaquan Steele.
That sounds like a woman's name. Someone say thank you,
It's
Shaquan Steele.
not
Oh, it's a man's name. Oh, shit.
This was the husband of our last tasting.
Oh, that is Shaquan. Yes. My man, my guy. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Chevy's Kitchen. And Chevy's Kitchen will probably more than likely be at my June 5th show. cooking it up. So Shaquan, bruh, you got a beard too, shit. You got a full beard that comes in on your cheeks.
This beard needs care. So,
But it comes in on the cheeks though. His ain't the bottom beard.
He got magic serum.
So he about to get the full love for the beard from again we got it, Uncle Donnie's Grooming Company. We're gonna give you that, brother. It's the conditioner, the beard butter, as well as the beard oil. Take care of that beard. Get your cheek beard, not just your bottom beard going. And we thank again our guest, Miss Amber Marie, Miss
Thank you so
Bam,
much for coming.
Thanks for having
Mr.
me,
Barry
guys.
Bird.
Peace.
And we
Praise
still
and
got
rise
here, Mr.
everywhere.
Jamila Tennant, and these tacos, since these tacos and this cake is banging. Banging. But again, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Meetup. We'll check in with y'all in another 2 weeks. But again, in the interim, again, we have the Meetup After Hours.
Absolutely.
We will probably be drunk on that shit. But we got the Meetup After Hours coming. And we also have our Meetup Spotlights coming with individuals in the music industry, hosted again by Simply Sorrell and DJ P-Time. And again, just the Meetup Spotlights hosted by myself and Siobhan, which are spotlights just of people in the community. So, anything you want to say before we let them go?
I'm ready to hear these bars.
Bars
Bars
to drop us out. Before we get out of here, these bars is dropping.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
You want to beat or you?
No, I'm gonna go outside.
Let him go.
I'm making.
There we
Can't see
go.
you.
Come back in the
Oh,
picture.
come on,
There
the picture,
you go.
okay.
Take that. We're gonna leave out with these bars from Mr. Barry Bird.
I took the chains off my mind and hung them around my neck. Because nowadays you gotta shine so your words connect. Just like my full beard, a jewel dropped on deaf ears. The first time I sound weird. Consistency gets me respect. I spend my days playing father to the kids up in my hood. Because the pops are doing biz somewhere in the woods. For something petty like. Because he ain't let his fetty pile. You really thought your PD would beat your drug trial? I tell this C's to break the cycle till the bike's destroyed. Because writing letters in gang showers ain't a life of joy. Your girl's a snack, bro. She probably write you back, though. She still hide the fact that she's out here fucking all your boys.
Woo! Yes, Barry Bird.
We closing out with that.
Thank you guys
Closing out with that. Get with y'all. Thank y'all.